about you being gone is I can watch the game all day long, and I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. I got a lot more room for my stuff, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Your girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. Ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. The clothes right on the floor. Let the trash pile up right by the door. Eat pizza and ice cream 3 times a day, 'cause I ain't worried about watching my weight. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Yeah, man, just think about all the good things about you being gone. Stretch out here at home. Hey, man, come on in. Don't mind the muddy shoes on the white carpet. She ain't here. You hungry? Hey, man, I got some food if you want to eat. I got a microwave oven with little pictures on the front of it. You just pick what you want to eat and push the button, and it will cook it for you. Yeah, man, you can smoke that cigar up here in the kitchen. Just use that vase over there. Need something to drink? We got beer, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Diet Coke, Fanta. Yeah, man, I bet you've been on the road for a minute. Bathroom's right down the hall. Switches on the left, doors on the right. Just remember to leave the lid up. Leave it up. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Facebook Live. Trying to keep it swinging here. Brian O, we want to thank you for coming out tonight, spending your evening with us. I just found joy. I'm as happy as a baby boy with another brand new choo-choo toy. When I met my sweet Lorraine, She's got a pair of eyes that will shut into the summer skies. When you see them, you'll realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. Now when it's raining, I don't miss the sun, because it's in my baby's smile. And to think that I'm the lucky one that will lead her down the aisle. Each night I pray that no one will steal her heart away. I can't wait until that lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine. When it's raining, I don't miss the sun, because it's in my baby's smile. And to think that I'm the lucky one that will lead her down the aisle. Each night I pray that no one will steal her heart away. I can't wait until that lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine. That lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine. Welcome everybody, Wednesday night Facebook Live here with yours truly, Brian Nova. Really want to thank you for coming out tonight and spending some time with us. It's going to be a great show. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone over at Benedetto Guitars for this beautiful guitar that we get to play each and every week. The fine makers of the best guitars on the planet. And in fact, one of my guests tonight is going to be the CEO and fellow great jazz guitarist, Howard Paul, is going to join us a little bit later on the show. And we've got some tunes with Howard all the way from Savannah, Georgia. And but before that, we have 7-time nominated Grammys. He has got multiple platinum records, multiple gold records, and he's here with us tonight. The one and only, the great CHRIS WALDEN, is going to be joining us a little bit in the future here tonight. But first off and foremost, want to say hi to all our pals out there. I know they're throwing a big party up there at the Churchill Room. Good to have you guys with us tonight. I know they're throwing parties all the way up in the San Juan Islands on Crane Island, Mr. Shimazaki, all the way down to Seattle, back to Vertigo, and even way down here into the desert, and all our pals up in the Bay Area. We miss you guys badly, badly, badly. Wish we were there. Wish you were here. Anyway, also we have a tip jar, as you can see on the Facebook page,
It's never expected, but always appreciated. Check out our tip jar there. And finally, we're trying to build our subscriptions over at YouTube because we want to start as soon as next week going back and forth and having multiple streams going to different platforms. And we need some more help from all of you out there. So we just need to get a few more subscribers and we can go live to YouTube as well, along with Facebook. So please go to our YouTube channel at whatever, Brian Nova, I think it is, Brian Nova at YouTube, and subscribe. I promise I won't send you any funny mail or anything. You're not really subscribing to anything other than the fact that you're helping us get along playing at YouTube. I was looking at some old tapes of Howard and I playing earlier and some of the old jazz tunes we used to do. And I realized that there's so many songs that we all jazz musicians get from our past, and mainly from those that came before us that sort of showed us the way. For me, of course, that was I was really fortunate in that respect. One of the first that showed me the way was the great Herbie Ellis, and this is a tune that Herb used to play every night, and kind of looking back at things have got me thinking about it, so I'd like to play it for you here. The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you, and my heart won't try.
the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it grows. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go on, I know the only one for me can only be you. My heart won't free you, my arms won't try, my arms won't free you, my heart won't try. More I see you. What a pretty song that is. All right. Well, listen, we're going to move on along here, folks, because I want to bring our very first guest up here. And we're just so happy to have him. Oh, by the way, before we go to our very first guest here, I should probably tell you what our bird of the week is. Most of you are pretty hip to what's going on these days. So, yeah. It's a lovely bird from the Isle of Fuente. And I think that Don Carlos is his name. So, that bird's certainly going to get smoked later on tonight. I can tell you that right now, folks. Anyway, coming up right now is my dear pal. He's a 7-time Grammy-nominated German-born composer, arranger, conductor, and trumpeter. The great CHRIS WALDEN. He's scored more than 40 feature films. He's got 5 Platinum Awards, 6 Gold Album Awards, and has written over 1,500 orchestral and big band arrangements for artists that include Michael Bublé, Aretha Franklin, Paul McCartney, just did a wonderful record with Seal, Stevie Wonder, Rihanna, Barbra Streisand, Josh Groban. The list goes on and on and on. And he's worked with some of the best producers in the business, including David Foster, Tommy LaPuma, and of course the late great Phil Ramone. He also has served as the lead arranger for the Academy Awards, aka the Oscars, folks, in case you're not paying attention, and the Kennedy Center Awards. And he even did Jennifer Hudson's a wonderful rendition at Super Bowl 48 of the national anthem. And I'm just so thrilled and happy to have him here with us. So I'd like to bring into the fray right now the one and only CHRIS WALDEN. Chris, let me get my headphones here so I can hear you, so we can chat. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's there. Man, how are you doing?
I'm just doing fine. Thanks, Peachy, to be here.
Oh man, thanks for doing this. Hey,
I'm
listen.
not sure who the person was who just talked about, but that's can't be me.
Oh, it's you, buddy. It's you, man. Let me tell you. Hey, listen. So, what have you been up to? What's been keeping Chris busy and happy during the sequestering here?
Well, during the shutdown, actually, in the first couple of months, the business completely went away, and which really hasn't happened in a long time. I didn't have anything to do, no jobs, for the first couple of months. So I came up with the idea, and I taught a arranging masterclass online, arranging for big band and strings. And I did that for a couple of months, and
I heard about that.
It was really fun. It was actually gave me a purpose again, and I had so much I wanted to talk about, and it was really fun.
Are you going to do it again? Because I want to sign up next time. I heard about it too late.
Yeah, I will do it again. I definitely will do it again sometime later, because now actually business has picked up a bit. So actually, I'm glad to report that actually I've been for the past few weeks been writing arrangements again for artists.
Oh, right on. Anybody we can talk about, or is it all still pretty hush hush?
No, it's the one thing I've been working on is a new Josh Groban album.
Wow.
And also an album with this British tenor called Jonathan Antoine.
Oh yes,
Been pretty-
we know about Jonathan. Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
We had Greg on here when he was showing us the stuff he had done before with him. In fact, you were in
Exactly.
London, I believe, conducting the orchestra.
Yes, that was last year, and now we're doing the follow-up album, and Greg is producing, and I'm glad he called me again.
Well, man,
try
you
to
let me
make
know
it.
if you need a guitar player, all right?
I will. Yeah.
Hey, listen, can you stick with us for a little bit? I want to play a couple of our videos.
Absolutely.
So this next video we're going to play here is one with the ubiquitous Terry Miller and Andy Fraga Jr. joining us on a rousing version with Chris playing There Will Never Be Another You. Check it out. Here we go, Chris. 1, 2, 3. Terry. Chris Walden. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. So, Chris, I'm glad we got you back here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Chris is having.
I can hear you fine.
Wonderful. Hey, so tell me about when you're working on some of these projects in the studio. What sort of things do you really look forward to, and what part of the process really kind of gets your creative juices going? Oh, did we lose him again? Yeah. Sorry, folks. Chris is having, I guess their internet's down over there in LA, so we're trying to get through them through our phones here. So anyway, we're going to go on here. First off, I told you about my little Fuente scenario here. And you're probably wondering, what are we drinking today? Well, today we're having coffee only because I need to have coffee. And today we're smoking my family's Greenwell Farms all the way back from Kona, Hawaii. Big shout out to my cousins back there in Kona. Thank you for the wonderful coffee. All right. So looks like we got Chris back online with us here. There he is. Yeah. Right on, brother.
Sorry about the trouble, but...
No, not at all, man. Glad to have you here. So you're working on an album with Josh Groban and
yes,
and Monsieur Antoine.
Jonathan and Antoine.
Oh, that is so cool. Hey, tell me, what was it like to work with Seal? I mean, I'm a huge Seal fan.
That one.
What was that like?
That was actually a really cool experience. Seal, having been in the business for so long and doing records, but for Seal actually he has never done a record where the whole band and strings and everything was in the room at once and he sang with us in the room. So that was, even though him being such a veteran artist, that was a first for him. And he many times afterwards commented on what a great experience that was for him. And he is one of those voices. There are not many around these days, but he has one of those voices where after two notes you know immediately who that is.
Right. Yeah, I know. He's like that.
And that makes it really special when he sings those songs because he puts his tempo on.
You know who else is? I saw.
Yeah, it was
in fact, we got some pics here. We should show some pics here, and you could help comment on some of these that our staff. There you are with Seal, and I've got another one there with Diana Krall. It looks like, and then there's a picture with you in the studio with Bublé next to the big board. Boy, that's a lot of knobs on that board there, Chris. I'll tell you. And there you are with Quincy and Monica. And Dave Cause, all our pals, and yeah, wow, what great fun that is. Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful stuff. Hey, another picture I saw you with was Tom Jones. He's another one of my heroes. What was it like working with Tom Jones?
Thank you.
What was it like to work with Tom Jones?
I only met him on one occasion, and that was a while ago. I wrote one arrangement for him, but I didn't really get to work with him. I was just asked to write an arrangement, send it in, and he sang it, and that was it. So there was hardly any interaction. I mean, sometimes, and that's in general, sometimes with some artists on some projects, I really work closely with the artist on developing the arrangement and then going back and forth, and the artist being there at the recording session. And then there are other projects I work on where the producer is more in charge, especially if I'm working with David Foster. I'm not so involved with the artist. David Foster usually does that. For example, there are some records I haven't even met the artist.
Really?
I did the Rod Stewart Christmas album. I did the Rod Stewart Christmas album without ever meeting him. So it's really on case-by-case basis.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, in the rock and roll world, we used to call David Foster the guy that destroyed Chicago. That should get out there, folks. Actually, yeah.
But he's actually aware of it. He even said, he admits it, that he says with Chicago they don't like But he had a great, I mean, he had a great relationship with Peter Cetera. Like
He
they got
certainly
along
he
great.
certainly made Peter Cetera here a star.
The whole.
Yeah, I mean, I know they won multiple Grammys together. I mean, they were on a Grammy recording spree for a while, that's for sure. But I certainly miss the old Chicago when they went that route. Anyway, old news. Hey, listen, when you're looking at an artist, let's say whether it's Seal or when you start to put together, let's say an artist says, I want to record, like I just sang The More I See You. How would you go about putting together an arrangement? I mean, what's your kind of building blocks with that?
Well, first of all, I sort of listen to what the artist has done before, where he's coming from, and then I try to see where I can take this artist with the arrangement. And obviously, not only the key and the range dictates a lot of the arrangement, but also the timbre of his voice. For example, the same arrangement I would write differently than I would write for Diana Krall, let's say, because their voices sound so different.
Right.
And then obviously, if it's a project where I'm actually in touch with the artist, then I try to get his input and what direction he wants it to take with that arrangement, and then I write it. And also, and lastly, but not least, the lyrics also impact the arrangement as well.
Sure.
The meaning of the lyrics.
Telling a story. Oh man, how exciting! Hey, stick around. I got one more video I want to show everybody of just you and I. Actually, it's a great duet piece. One close to both of our hearts, of course. Here is a great cut of Henry Mancini's "The Day of Wine and Roses." Check it out. Here we go, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Here we go, Chris. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Days of Wine and Roses. I love it.
Yep.
Hey, listen, Chris, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out, for doing the cuts, and for spending a minute with us. I know you're in the middle of I know at least 2 record projects. And I can't wait to make some...
pleasure. Anytime, Brian.
I can't wait to make some music with you in person. Hey, man, tell Greg Field, Greg Field I said hi.
That kind of interest.
Yeah, exactly. All right, brother. Well, take care of yourself. Yeah, that is our man CHRIS WALDEN over there, all the way from sunny L.A. And that, of course, that was the Days of Wine and Roses. One of my favorite songs. Our next guest we're going to bring up here is my pal Howard Paul. Now, Howard is the president and CEO of Benedetto Guitars, which is this lovely guitar that you see me play each and every week. And in fact, I'm going to play a little bit here for you. Students this last week, we were talking about songs, and they were asking me, they said, hey Brian, what songs do you what gets you going, what songs do you like to play, and what do you think's a great melody? And I was thinking of all these great songs that we all play as jazz artists, and I thought that what makes a great melody, and I started to think, because last week we had, or 2 weeks ago, we had Julio Reyes with us on here, and he played a beautiful Beatles tune, and I love her. And it's sort of a interesting tune, right? But the melody isn't that complicated, isn't that far out, far-reaching. It has pretty words. But I realized that some of these songs that I grew up with, we've all grown up with, tend to be our favorite melodies. And even though they might not be of the Rodgers and Hart or the Gershwins or the Duke Ellingtons of the world, they still hold a special place for us. And I'll give you an example. So here's one I was thinking about. Here, Jim Dean, this is a really tough chord. I'm going to teach this to you someday. G13 says 7. Little Beatles tune from back in yesteryear. For me, that holds a lot of memories, and for me, that's a beautiful melody just because it's something I grew up with. And it reminds me as a child of all sorts of memories. So anyway, we are now ready to get ahead on our show with our very next guest, my very dear pal, Howard Paul. Howard's the president and CEO of Benedetto Guitars. And he has single-handedly kept the world of Benedetto Guitars alive. He has kept the entire industry of archtop guitars moving forward. They're making better guitars now than they've ever made, as far as I'm concerned. And they're doing it out in Savannah, Georgia. And Howard, as you're going to hear, we've got a video or two of Howard and I playing, is a phenomenal guitarist. He has toured with some of the great legends himself, such as Bucky Pizzarella, Jimmy Bruno, Howard Allen, Jack Wilkins, Joe Beck, and many, many, many others. And he's kind of the man down in the southeast, I'll tell you that, down in Savannah, Georgia. So I want to bring Howard on. Howard, are you there?
Can you hear me?
My man, I can see you. Woo, look at that. Dude, are you in your own bar or are you sitting at somebody else's bar?
I'm at my own bar, man. This is called quarantine.
I like the way you roll in quarantine there, Howard. That's pretty nice. Yeah, yes, so it's my coffee. So what's been going on down there in the great and strange state of Georgia?
Well, it is indeed a strange state, as I'm sure everybody on the West Coast is following. We've had a bit of a rebound here, a big rebound in COVID infections, and I want to give a shout out to our mayor, Van Johnson, who's done a phenomenal job of keeping the city together and keeping it masked and doing his best to keep us all informed and safe. And now he is doing battle with our governor, trying to resist the efforts to not force masking here. So it's a bit of a mess. I'll also tell you that last week or week and a half ago, my wife came home with COVID.
Oh no!
All of my friends are shocked that it wasn't me.
Right.
I'm greatly relieved that I didn't give it to her.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be in the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
But so I have it now too, and it so far, knock on wood, it's been a pretty
like a light
pretty
dusting.
easy case to deal with. Yeah, I lost my sense of taste and smell 2 or 3 days ago. But
so now you can afford to drink the cheap stuff back there.
Well, I can, but for whatever reason, I still won't.
Oh, is your taste buds happen to come back when you open up a bad cheap bottle?
I don't want to make the mistake of having something really foul in my mouth when things start working again. So,
that's right. Oh man,
but we're both okay and making a rebound already, and hope to be back at Benedetto in maybe a couple days. So that's sort of where we are.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Well, thank you for taking. I don't know if I had COVID, there's no way I'd be getting in front of a camera. So thank you so much for doing this.
I was happy to do it. We did a 2-hour international webinar for Berkeley yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
So I haven't stopped live streaming and doing interviews, and can't do any live gigs for the last 2 weeks, but I'll be back doing that again by next Wednesday, I hope.
That's right. You guys do a live feed gig, right? On Wednesday nights?
We've been doing that. We're actually playing in clubs again. So
wow.
I've done, I think, maybe not last week, but the week before, I had 4 dates, club dates. And they're a little bit more reserved, fewer band members, restricting the number of people who can come into the audience, social distancing, but the music's great, the people are wonderful, and the club owners are really, really trying hard to keep everybody safe. Like I said, it's miraculous that I'm not the one who brought COVID home, because I've been gigging for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they try to start some club dates down here in Southern Cal, and the first a bunch of clubs down here in the desert, their first nights, they were actually said no singers and no horn players, thinking that was gonna kind of keep the aerosols down. And I'll tell you, they were out there protesting in the streets, all the singers.
I had a gig where a trumpet flugelhorn player showed up for the gig, and he first thing he did was he put a big velvet sock over the end of his flugelhorn. So he was wearing a mask while he was playing. I guess it wasn't any better or worse than us doing it.
Yeah, right. Well, good for him. At least he had a sense of humor about it.
I sure miss being out in California. This is, this June, July, August, I'm probably back and forth to California 6 or 7 times, and I do a couple New Jersey and New York jazz events. And so this has been a really hard year for not being able to see my friends and be able to travel a little bit.
Yeah, the feeling is mutual for sure. Hey, can you stick with us for a second? I'm going to play a video here.
Absolutely.
So this is a video of a show we did about a year ago up at the Jazz at the 12 when we were doing the Benedetto Guitar Series tour, as it were. And this is a rousing version of Meet the Flintstones. So check it out. Yeah, Howard. I love it, man. That was a fun gig up there, Fantasy Springs. Of course,
Do it again.
that was joining us was Larry Holloway on the bass, and of course, our fave, the wonderful Andy Fraga Jr. on the drums. That was some good fun. So, what's the news for you? What's coming up next? Got any really cool guitars that I need to start hawking all my other stuff for and get my hands on?
Always.
Yeah, always. No kidding.
Yeah, we just we're actually. I guess I could talk about it because he's been advertising it all over the place. Our friend Jimmy Buffett ordered.
Oh yes,
17-inch Manhattan.
Jimmy did.
And
I guess we're gonna have to teach him a couple guitars, chords.
Well, he just released a brand new record called The Flip Side, and if you ask him, he'll tell you it has a lot of jazz chords on it.
Oh,
that were inspired by the guitar. So we're building him a new one.
I love it.
And what else? We got some amazing artists that are out there performing, doing regular concerts. Dan Wilson is just tearing it up. Chico Pinheiro, Homero Labambo. Got a wonderful player named Jocelyn Gould from Canada who's setting things on fire right now. So we've got all these Benedetto players that are trying really hard to be productive and get their music out and do videos and teaching, and they all seem to be doing really well right now, which is good for us, good for the music world.
Good for them. Yeah, no kidding. Well, Howard, listen, I hope you feel better. I hope you get out there and start playing again, and I can't wait for you and I to sit next to each other, masked or unmasked, and get to play some music together again.
At the drop of a hat, I'll be there.
Man, Howard, thank you.
All right, Brian, thanks a million for having me again.
Yeah, man, thanks for doing this. Take care. Oh, man, poor Howard. He's got the COVID blues. Woo, man, Howard, I hope you get over that soon, and I hope everybody over there feels well and fine. Let's see, what else we got to talk about here? Pretty much, we're getting to the end of the show here, folks. I want to thank, of course, the lovely Masoni here that keeps our show together, and of course, little Ellington, who has been going back and forth. He constantly wants on the show, so we're trying to work out some stuff for him. He's our opening act right now. He'll probably be our closing act before soon. I think I'm going to play a song for you all before we close the night out. We got lots of requests for the slack keys, so I pulled out my old 1952 Martin D28, which everything sounds great on a 1952 D28, but especially slack key. I want to wish you all, I hope you have a great week ahead of you. Remember to be kind to each other while you're out there. It's getting harder and harder by the day, I know. But we can all strive to try to be kind and nice to each other. Again, a big shout out to lovely Masoni for helping us put the show together. And a big shout out to all of you for joining us. And of course, a big thanks to CHRIS WALDEN and to Howard Paul for being our guests. And also playing along with us, Terry Miller, Andy Fraga Jr., and Larry Holloway. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to see you next week. And remember, whatever happens out there, folks, remember to keep it swinging.